In this episode of Sailing Miss Lone Star, we take a leisurely sail and we explore a lone, rugged island and attempt to push through the thick brush to watch the sunset. I'm Aubrey. I've been living on a small boat for 6 years. It's been a wild ride. I recently bought a 51 Formosa that we call the pirate ship. Her new masts and rigging are on their way from Sweden, and she waits patiently in Washington. In order to pay for the project, we're going to restore this 1996 37.5 Hunter, sail it a bit in the Bahamas, and then sell it. Thank you to our patrons for helping make these videos possible. Another great way to support us is to hit the subscribe button. Washing the dishes before a sail has become somewhat of a superstition. It seems to me that whenever a bad squall hits, there is always a Picasso of last night's pasta dish and a rainbow of fruit parfait on the floor. Today, Cyril and I set up to sail 15 miles from Powell near Spanish Key to Allen's Key. Step 1, remove the sail cover and sail ties. Then we fire up the Yanmar and haul up the anchor. Today calls for some sporty wind, so we'll be starting our sail with the first reef in the main.
We're going to shake the second reef out. We left the reefs in because we thought it was going to be a really tricky day, but it's going to be actually perfect sailing. So we're going to start out shaking out the second reef, and then we'll see what the weather does because I don't trust the weatherman. So yeah, it's pretty cloudy and gloomy, but the wind's nice. Right now the pressure feels like it's dropping, so we're just going to play it a little bit safe. So. Anchor's up, Buttercup. Whew, it's hot! Going the wrong way, cowboy.
Sand on it. That sucks.
Did you just lose your sheet line?
Our friend Cameron figured out that both Cyril and I love to cook, and we have a new buddy boat, which works out well because he has a full washer and dryer on board. Match made in heaven.
This is gonna be the fastest regatta ever, eh? Yeah. Tails and the head sail again.
The inside one looks good, the outside one is flaccid.
What's the telltales doing now?
They're both down.
Both down?
Yeah, well the inside one's up a little more.
What's it doing now?
Outside one up, inside one up. Now the inside one is straight up. Never try to convince anyone that we're racers, because we are not. But it's fun to experiment when there's light winds and seeing how you can get the most out of your sails. It's a good way to teach yourself, in my humble opinion. I love to sail in, 6 to 8 knots of wind because it's so forgiving. You can play with the trim and learn, and things don't get busy or hectic, and it's nice. You can see Cyril in the background playing with the sail trim. You guys want to see the telltales?
Say now.
Same. I think if you trimmed it in just a touch.
More?
Yeah. Now that looks really good. Well, unfortunately, we've had to turn the engine back on so that our autopilot can charge. We have 2 Group 27 batteries on the boat, which just isn't enough to keep everything going. So that's what's going on with that. But we are making fantastic time. We are going 6.5 to 7 knots. And how many knots of wind do we have?
8 knots.
8 knots of wind. Are you having a fun sail?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Need a little bit more wind, but it's good. It's always when we don't want wind, then we get wind, eh?
I know. So what have you learned about sail trimming today?
Sailing and light wind is a pain in the ass because you tend to strive for that extra 0.8 of a knot. So you're up and down, up and down, up and down with every point of a knot wind chain.
So true, but we're having fun. It's a good time to learn when things aren't crazy. So this horrible squall that we thought we saw, we did see on the weather reports, looks like it's gonna die down, but we're still gonna be in a nice little hidey hole for when it was supposed to be here. So we're gonna put the lid on the trash can and cross our fingers. Storms come if I'm naked, number 1, if I'm cooking something, number 2, or if I have my entire desk office spread out and I'm editing a video, then also. It's Murphy. Thank you for sailing with me. The wind has picked up and it's starting to rain a little bit, so I don't know if I'm going to take you on deck to anchor with Searle, but you know how it's done now. So there are 3 catamarans and a powerboat in here, so we're going to try to find a safe spot to tuck in. The wind is coming in such a way that it'll be blowing us away from the boats, so we won't risk collision if we drag. However, that's trusting everybody else's anchor. So we're gonna try to get as much space as possible. And I'm gonna jump on the helm here and Searle's gonna run forward. Okay, there's our 4 friends. We don't know them, but future friends. We're gonna have to try to find a nice little spot to drop the hook here. Anchor's down and it looks really pretty here. It's starting to drizzle a little bit. Good sail?
Good sail.
Good sail.
We've got plenty of space behind us. I think we anchored nicely.
What did you find?
Check how young this one was.
Oh wow.
But somebody already ate it. You see it is super thin.
Oh wow.
But check
it's
out the
beautiful.
pattern.
It's really pretty. Well, good morning. We are on the beach and having some coffee. So what do you think of this island? It's very remote.
I think it's a good hidey hole on your way down from, I think it's Great Key.
Beautiful view though. You guys want to see? It feels so nice over here, like the wind isn't blowing the island in the leeward. So this crispy sound was brought to you by our patrons. Thank you so much. Your Patreon dollars go to things like this, which are our new mics, and I think they make a huge difference.
Agreed.
Yes, so thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Found out where all the snails are hiding. See, there's a whole bunch here.
Searle just asked me if I want some escargot. I do love escargot. I just want something to put butter on, honestly.
After finishing our coffee on the beach, we head over to our friend Cameron's boat. We want to do some testing on the water that our water maker is producing. We've taken some samples after it's run at different increments.
Cyril's experiment. He's gonna test these now.
So this is directly out of the tap in our boat. Showing we have 250 ppm coming straight out of the water tank. Okay, let's clear that. So this is after half a gallon of product water was made. So that shows 365 parts per million. So even after half a gallon, that's still drinkable. So this is after 1 gallon of product water was made. $3.13. So after 1.5 gallons of product water has been made. $2.62. It's a big drop. After 2 gallons of water was made. $2.53, $2.54, which seems to be consistent. Cameron's water, $2.38.
Well, I hate to say it, guys, but it's kind of cold out. I am clad in my sweatshirt, and we're gonna run into the island and see what's going on. It's really beautiful. We flew the drone over. The sun is about to go down, and we're gonna go catch the sunset. Let's go check it out. I guess it's a thing to collect garbage and put it on the trails.
We've encountered many large pigs on these different islands, and I don't know if you know this, but some of them are quite dangerous. And as we push through the thick brush, my mind wanders if there are any on this island.
And crushed leaves lead that way.
Okay. Blaze the trail. We flew the drone over the island, and it was really beautiful on the other side. But there are like random pigs here, and they can be feisty, so we're keeping our ears open for snorts in the distance. And Cyril's watching for spiders, because that's his big scary. Tropical fever. The shaking in the trees makes me think of monkeys.
As long as there's no crab feast.
We're getting close. I can hear the ocean on the other side. I can feel it too.
If it wasn't for the trash, there's no way you would find your way through here.
Oh, this is cool.
It's thinning out. I mean, it's...
Oh, I think we're here. Well, if you were looking for a Bahamas-style Blair Witch Project video, you got it. Woo-wee, look at that. Gorgeous.
Yellow marker.
So Allen's is a hurricane hidey hole, and that's where we are right now. The wind and the weather was supposed to be a little bit more crazy than it is right now, and we're thankful that we are not really getting it too bad. So the question is to stay one more day or to leave with a little bit sportier weather tomorrow. So if we do our second reef and really bring in that head sail, we should be able to go sailing tomorrow, but we're gonna kind of see how it pans out tomorrow because the weatherman isn't always so honest. What do you think, Cyril?
I think it would be a good experience to go out in the 20 knots tomorrow.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think we're only doing another 10 miles to Yankee Key as our next stop, which should also give us protection from the easterly wind that is going to be prevailing the day after that, which should bring 28 knots with 35 knot gusts.
Wow, well, a 35 knot gust is pretty stiff for my sailing taste, especially in the Hunter. She is built for speed, no doubt. So I don't know, I'm gonna sleep on it and we'll see what we do tomorrow. The Formosa, on the other hand, she's a slowpoke. We're gonna have to get used to that. After a beautiful sunset, we're gonna make our way back to the dinghy. So we've come back to the beginning of the
I've been creating a daily vlog for over 3 years, exclusively on Vimeo. Details in the description below.
Well, I think this means we have officially made it. Don't spill my beer!
Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, please hit the like button and subscribe. Lots of love to our patrons for making these videos possible.
You just ate the penis of the conch.
I just ate the peanut.
No.